Very pleasant good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight for another edition of Crimson Storm Basketball. We're here at the Sawyer Center as your Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm take on Northwestern Oklahoma State tonight in Great American Conference doubleheader action. First up here in just under 10 minutes, we'll have the Crimson Storm women's team and the Rangers women's team. SNU comes into tonight's game winners of 6 straight games, their longest winning streak since 2012-13 season, where the Crimson Storm won 7 straight as part of their NCCAA Division I National Championship season. And not coincidentally, that was the last time SNU had finished the season with a winning record. So the Crimson Storm also won 9 of their last 10, as the year 2019 has been very kind to the Crimson Storm, who got off to a rough start in non-conference play, but ever since the calendar turned to January, Crimson Storm have been firing on all cylinders and have been growing each and every week. Joined alongside tonight by Russ Frisbee. And Russ, it's been pretty fun to see the Crimson Storm make that transition from a team that was floundering, trying to find their footing, to one that's now 10-4 in conference, all by themselves in the conference standings, and just a few wins away from clinching a spot in the conference tournament in Bartlesville.
Yeah, it's been a really fun season so far to watch them grow and working together, developing under new first-year head coach Trent May. Looking like a whole different team, like you said, after the calendar year. Just a really, really fun team to watch here in January, and now excited to get this big homestand going right on Thursday night.
As Russ mentioned, SNU, after playing 6 of 8 games on the road the past couple weeks, now finds themselves at the start of a 6-game homestand. They'll play the next 6 here at the Sawyer Center before closing on the road at Southern Arkansas and at Arkansas Monticello before the GAC Championships the weekend of March 7th. And Russ, how big is that for a team that comes into tonight's game 6-1 at home to have the next 6 games here at the Sawyer Center?
Well, huge. I think the calendar schedule very friendly to SNU. But especially for a team coming in so hot with all cylinders firing, like you said, 6 games in a row here at the Sawyer Center, just a great opportunity to keep this momentum going and to really head into the GAC Championship with a lot of momentum on their side, a lot of winnable games on that calendar, an opportunity to be second seed here at the GAC Championship or even make a run at the top seed, but set up in very good shape here for the back half of the season.
The Crimson Storm have been doing it really with defense, Russ, as they've lowered their points per game defense down to 63.3 points per game. That's good for 3rd in the conference. And their field goal percentage defense at 37.5% is 4th best in the conference. What's been working for the Crimson Storm defensively so far in this stretch, and it really was kind of the pinnacle of what they've been able to do so far, was holding Henderson State to 48 points last Thursday night, a team that came in averaging over 70 per game.
Yeah, defense definitely a selling point for this Lady Storm team. Something they kind of set out to at the beginning, early on, especially with that post presence. Abby Nehus has been a staple in this lineup since the beginning of the year. But even in this last 9-10 game run, perimeter defense has really stepped up and become the trademark for SNU. You know, the shooting has come and gone, and that we've had some stretches, some quarters, and even some halves where getting the ball through the hoop was a challenge. But these ladies bring the energy and the effort night in and night out on the defensive end, and that's what's really been the difference maker for them over this last 10-game stretch.
In addition to the good defense, we've seen the emergence of a couple players over the past couple weeks. Freshman J.C. Soap, especially last week, had a tremendous week, hitting 6 of 11 three-pointers and averaging 12 points in 17 minutes in those 2 wins. And speaking with Coach Trent May earlier this week, he said that her minutes have come from her seizing the opportunity. It hasn't been a lack of production from anyone else. It's been, we've got to get this person on the court, and she's really starting to produce for the Storm.
Yeah, really fun to watch, and have loved watching her step into that catalyst, that spark role off the bench. She comes in and brings in those necessary hustle minutes off the bench, and getting to see her a little more and add some range to that SNU offense has been exactly what SNU's needed down the stretch.
Also, sophomore guard Alexis Jones had a huge game against Ouachita Baptist on Saturday. She finished with 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, near triple-double, and shot 8 of 12 from the field. And Russ, just a couple weeks ago, we saw Southern Arkansas really disrespect her shooting ability and really sagged off of her. And she shot 25 times, and like we discussed that night, she easily could have shot at least 40 times, but really kind of played within herself. And since that point, she's been shooting the ball well from the field, and overall this year, in January and February, she's averaging 11.5 points per game. What's it been for this SNU offense to have her shooting struggles kind of correct themselves here?
Yeah, and you mentioned it. That was such a bizarre game and just a bizarre defensive strategy. I mean, leaving her at times 10, 15 feet away from the nearest defender and giving her opportunities to take that shot and take it confidently. But it's been absolutely huge for SNU to have that opportunity, run the offense through her. We saw her, even just through the course of that game, kind of telling the story, maybe of even the season, early on hesitant to take shots, maybe forcing shots just because they were there. But as the game continued, really stepping up and realizing that if SNU was going to pull out in that game, it was going to come through her. And she stepped up late in that third and fourth quarter and hit some clutch shots, as she's continued to do for SNU all season.
And, of course, no mention of key SNU players would be complete without a mention of senior Madeline Schrupfer, the shortest player on the court for SNU, but certainly probably the one with the most fight on the team. She's second on the team in rebounding, 5.4. She had a career high on Saturday at Ouachita Baptist with 14 rebounds, and she's had 12 steals in her last 3 games, including 6 at Henderson State last Thursday. What does she bring to the floor, Russ?
She's just gritty. You know, it's not that often you see your primary ball handler getting 5-6 rebounds a game, but man, she's fun to watch. She brings that intensity, that drive, and really is infectious on the court. Fun to watch, exciting to watch, and man, when she gets that rebound, she starts her own fast break and gets the SNU offense running.
Well, we are just about set for tip here at the Sawyer Center between the Crimson Storm and the Rangers. We will step aside for a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip of SNU and Northwestern Oklahoma State. You're listening to SNU Basketball.
When a customer is on the fence about buying a car, we should...
Give him a hug.
No.
Oh,
next.
Hand hug? Full frontal?
No.
No way.
Guys, practice hugs are not necessary. You don't have to practice hugging.
How about we serenade them?
Well, I'd be happy to sing a song for you.
That's terrible.
Diffie, driven by family since 1954.
Army Reserve soldiers use their skills to make the Army even more capable and gain the tools to make themselves even more successful. Learn how at GoArmyReserve.com.
Okay, guys, remember, no hard selling, no high pressure. Serenading, good. Leave that to Sheldon, all right? Hugs, side hugs. Normal. People don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. You know, these guys may not look like much, but they are some of the greatest guys.
How about a hug?
Diffie, driven by family since 1954.
Okay, guys.
There are those who stand forever ready. Ready to defend the nation. Ready to fight for what matters. No matter what.
Let's go! Get my round in there!
Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
And welcome back to the Sawyer Center, running through the starting lineups for the Crimson Storm and the Rangers. First for the visiting Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers, number 2, Kalia King, 5'8" junior from Round Rock, Texas. Number 3, Bailey Farrell, 5'6" senior from Alva, Oklahoma. Number 21, Paisley Payasapi, 5'10" freshman from Cashin, Oklahoma. Number 22, Jade Jones, 5'5" senior from Pond Creek, Oklahoma. And number 30, Bailey Brown, 6' sophomore from Enid, Oklahoma. And for your Crimson Storm, same lineup that they've been using the past month and a half or so. Number 4, Irene Perez, junior from Spain, averaging 6.5 points per game and 4.1 rebounds per game this season. 5'8" sophomore Alexis Jones, averaging 8.6 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists per game. That's good for 4th in the conference. Senior at 5'11", Adrian Berry is averaging 12.1 points per game and is number 7 in the conference in 3-point makes, averaging 2.1 makes per game. Senior Madeline Schrupfer is averaging 6.9 points per game, again 5.4 rebounds per game, and has 27 steals so far this season. And then finally in the middle, number 14, Abby Nehus, 6'2" sophomore from Mustang. She's averaging 10.1 points per game, 6.9 rebounds per game. She is number 1 in the conference in blocks, 3.6 per game, and that's for a good solid total of 71 blocks so far this season. Russ, as we are set to get this one underway, what are you looking for from SNU early?
Early on, I'm looking for a run in the offense. We just talked about Schrupfer and her ability to get out and run. So far this year, I've really seen SNU thriving in transition. When they push the pace, they tend to stretch that lead. So looking for that early. And I'm also watching the matchup here tonight between Abby Nehus and Bailey Brown down in the paint for the Rangers. Brown, 7 boards a game this season. Could be a problem for SNU as they often struggle in giving up offensive rebounds. Got to keep her off the paint and get the ball going back to the offensive side.
Certainly will be an interesting one to watch. Northwestern comes into tonight's game 3 straight road wins for the Rangers, 2 straight wins overall. They sit in a tie for 7th in the conference at 5-9. They're 8-13 overall. And again, SNU in 2nd place by themselves, 10-4 in the conference, trailing only Southwestern Oklahoma State, who has rattled off 19 straight wins after a season-opening loss. They're 14-0 in conference, and SNU 11-9 overall. Brown and Nehus in the middle, and they both whiff on the tip, but Nehus gathers and gets it over to Alexis Jones.
Maybe not the most conventional start to a basketball game, but a start nonetheless.
Northwestern looks like they come out in a 2-3 zone. SNU has struggled with the zone defense at times, and Irene Perez with the travel on the opening possession, turnover over to the Rangers.
And an interesting look here from the Rangers early, very likely to handle the size of Nehus and to handle the driving guards, Barry and Jones, often attacking the paint, looking to get inside, and definitely a defensive look SNU struggled with, so look for them to try and force the Rangers out of that early.
Entry pass finds King, and she's rejected by Nehus right off the bat. Jade Jones with it, back in the starting lineup after missing a couple games. King comes up short, and Barry has the rebound. Kalia King just 4 points away from joining the 1,000-point club at Northwestern State. And that's going to be an over-the-back foul on Abby Nehus on the 3-point miss by Barry. So a quick foul on Abby Nehus, and Nehus kind of been up and down on the offensive end this season, Russ. She's got just 20 points in her last 3 games, but she's certainly made her presence felt with 14 blocks in those past 3 games.
Yeah, maybe more of a focus on defense for her here of late, but really struggling in the paint. Teams coming with all kinds of different looks, trying to figure her out and slow her down in the post. And the zone, 2-3 zone, especially tonight, will be one to watch to see how Abby's able to respond with all those bodies around her.
King airballed the 3-pointer, Officials get together and confer that that was out of bounds off of Bailey Brown. So SNU will take over possession here. Scoreless, a minute 20 into this one. Pretty good crowd on hand. Classes were out today due to icy roads in the Oklahoma City area. Schrupfer kicking the corner to Perez with it now. Had space, decided not to shoot it, and the late entry pass looking for Schrupfer, and they're going to get Schrupfer with a foul on the loose ball. Second team foul on the Crimson Storm here in the quarter.
A couple of fouls on the offensive side now. Have been a couple of tough possessions for SNU. Trying to work the front into that zone, maybe get the skip passes in, has put them in some tough situations back-to-back now, but offense really not flowing quite yet.
Barry tips that pass out of bounds, and Northwestern will inbounds in front of the SNU bench. Brown trying to back Nehus down. Alexis Jones with a great double team, and that's a double dribble on Bailey Brown as Alexis Jones forced that turnover with a timely double team there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was called or if that was just her own shot there, but a great double team as the Rangers are going straight at Abby there, looking for the 1v1 matchup, but Jones with the heady double team.
Entry pass into Schrupfer, and she is fouled. This one's going to go on Bailey Brown, her first. Lex Jones inbounding on the baseline for the Storm. Perez with the floater, it's short. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Paya Sappy. Then she lost it. Farrell comes up with it. Long lead pass up ahead to King. She's stripped by Alexis Jones, and here come the Storm. Jones waits for traffic to clear. Perez looking for Nehus. Here's Schrupfer at the elbow. Dribbles out of traffic. Ball's deflected. 7 on the shot clock. SNU will need to hurry. Perez with another floater up off the glass is no good. Nehus got the offensive rebound after King lost it, and she will go to the line for 2 after the foul. Kind of fortunate there for SNU as King didn't really have the ball that long, but it was long enough to require a change in possession, and then Nehus got the loose ball without getting the shot clock violation.
Yeah, kind of just fell in her hands there, about as surprised as any that she had it, but takes advantage there with drawing the foul, and now an opportunity at the line.
She misses the first. We're still scoreless. 3 minutes into this one, Jay Jones will take a seat. Jakiria Ote into the game for the first time tonight, and Nehus breaks the lid on the basket with the first point of the game there. Ote will bring it up against Perez. Paya Sappy. Jumper bounces around and out. Brown had it. Now Farrell has it. Now kicks to King. Wide open on the wing for 3. She's off the mark. Paya Sappy with the offensive rebound. Back out to King. And the Rangers will reset.
SNU struggling to get boards right now, not boxing out well and not getting to that ball, as the Rangers now, a couple of hustle boards have made SNU look bad on the defensive end.
Paya Sappy's rejected by Adrian Berry. Rangers coach Tasha Dieselhorst calling for a foul on that rejection, but it looked like from this angle Berry got absolutely all ball. Paya Sappy, a freshman from Cashin, Oklahoma, and the full Cashin Wildcats women's basketball team is here in support of her. Number 25, Mackenzie Billy into the game for Paya Sappy. Jones gets inside. Wild shot off the glass is no good. And King has the rebound for the Rangers.
A great little give and go look there right at the top of the free throw line. SNU trying to come up with answers to break the bottom end of that deep 2-3 zone. Still no answers.
And King hits the jumper. to give Northwestern a 2-1 lead. 5:40 to go first quarter. That puts King 2 points away from 1,000 points in her career. Nehus now coming up high for SNU. Schrupfer had it knocked away, gets it back, tries a shot around Brown. That's no good. And Ote with it now, pushing tempo. Kick in the corner, Farrell for three. It's good. So quick 5-0 response for the Rangers gives Northwestern a 5-1 lead here over the Storm as we tick down to 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. SNU 0 of 5 from the field. And just Abby Nehus' one free throw, the only points to show for the effort so far, as Jones had to save an errant pass. Ote with the steal. And Adrian Berry is going to be called for the foul. And we've got a timeout on the court. 4:49 to go first quarter. It's 5-1 Northwestern. We'll be right back after this. Slow start here for the Crimson Storm. They trail the Rangers of Northwestern 5-1, 4:49 to go first quarter. And Russ again, SNU struggling with a 2-3 zone, as we've seen a couple times so far this season.
Yeah, when the ball's not going through the hoop, the answers for SNU often are getting the ball in the paint or a Jones or Berry drive hard to the basket. And there's just so many bodies down there right now. SNU unable to get anything going.
Ote's first free throw is up and good. She's a 75% free throw shooter this season. Third leading scorer on the team as well, averaging 8.5 points per game. Second free throw off the back iron and in. Extends the lead to 7-1 for the Rangers.
We tried a lot of different looks here, from the high flashing high post to the little gives and goes. Lots of looks in the corners here.
Alexis Jones left open in the corner for three. She missed it off the mark, but good to see her taking that shot. Long lead pass ahead for Bailey Brown is no good. And J.C. Soap coming into the game for Irene Perez. Again, Soap, the freshman from Stillwell, Oklahoma. It's really come on over the past couple weeks, and last week really kind of broke out, averaging 12 points over the 2 games. And shooting 6 of 11 from three-point range.
Yeah, we talked about her shooting. Hopefully here an opportunity for SNU to spread the floor out. If they're respecting her from distance, it'll maybe give them some more room in the middle.
Schrupfer with the mid-range jumper finally gets a field goal to fall for SNU. Ote quickly back the other way for the Rangers. Brown drives on Nehus, stripped by Jones, but a foul going against Alexis Jones. Nearly had the steal, but a little bit too much arm action there. Looked more like a kind of a 2-1-2, if you will, on the defensive end for Northwestern there on that last possession. Bailey Brown a little bit higher in the paint than just that traditional baseline middle. Massey Beard will come into the game for the first time tonight. Abby Nehus will check out. SNU up to 14 fouls, so Northwestern will be shooting free throws the rest of the quarter. Brown hits both free throws. She's an 86% free throw shooter this season. and the lead is 9-3 in favor of the Rangers.
Yeah, like you said, they're trying to take away the high post there, and hopefully that's an opportunity for SNU to really spread them out with the wings and the high post.
Great bounce pass from Soap, and she finds Adrian Berry for 3. Lead pass too high for King. King thought it was tipped by Jones, but no avail there, and quick turnover, and SNU coming back the other way, down 9-6. Bailey Farrell back into the game for Otay.
Tough call there for Northwestern, but a big momentum swing for SNU, an opportunity to really spread out this zone, and now momentum swing as they could go 2 for 1 here on the back-to-back possessions.
Soap lines up a 3. We're tied.
Phenomenal shooting from SNU as they've had the opportunities now to shoot over that zone, and they have made it count now. 2 for 4 shooting 500 from 3, and that's going to go a long way here towards SNU's success on the offensive end.
Brown tracking along the baseline. Great ball movement there. Finds Jade Jones in the corner for 3. That's off the mark, no good. Schrupfer comes away with the rebound. 2-on-4 break. She doesn't care. All the way to the basket with the left hand and scores. Quickly back the other way. Farrell shut off by Soap. Brown has it knocked away but gets it back.
Just some really nice help defense on display that last possession. We saw the ball swung all the way around the horn, and white jerseys responding all the way around as the momentum just still rolling for SNU, ball going the other way.
Another turnover for Northwestern. That's their 6th of the quarter already. The SNU football team here in Mass tonight, making their presence felt here along the visitors' baseline. Always good to see all teams supporting one another. Schrupfer for 3. She got it. Big run here for SNU. It's an 11-0 run over the last 2 minutes to give them a 14-9 lead. King shut off by Beard. Brown gets inside, runs over Alexis Jones, and that's an offensive foul.
And this building has come alive. You can absolutely feel the energy being provided by this crowd, and SNU can do no wrong right now. Big calls going their way on the defensive end, and trays falling from all around on the offensive end as SNU's rolling here to close out the first quarter in phenomenal fashion.
Second foul on Bailey Brown. Deja Beecham into the game for the first time as well here for the Rangers. Beard at the foul line. She'll drive right through Brown, and Brown was standing on the baseline when she caught the rejection. So SNU will maintain possession. Just 6 on the shot clock. Brown will take a seat, and Billy back into the game for Northwestern.
2 guards at the top of that zone, really aggressive, trying to trap on the wings. You saw Soap get the ball in the corner.
Barry, a quick 3, and she got another one.
Trying to shut down the shooters with the traps. The trap didn't come that time, and Barry able to take advantage.
And then Alexis Jones with the strip and knocks it off of Jay Jones' leg out of bounds.
And just
8 turnovers now.
Just another call going SNU's way.
SNU's been really aggressive, slapping at the ball, looking for those deflections, and it's resulted in a 17-9 lead. It's a 14-0 run. Soap double teamed in the corner, gets out of it, finds Jones on the baseline. She puts up the short shot, no good. Beecham with the rebound, and the foul's going on Alexis Jones there. That's the 15th foul, so 2 fouls on Alexis Jones early. She'll take a seat. Casey Glover will come in between free throws here, and Deja Beecham will go to the line for 2. Northwestern scoreless these last 3 minutes, and the first free throw will break that streak. Beecham just 8 of 14 from the line this season. That's good for 57%. She knocks down both free throws, and SNU's lead is 17-11. We tick down 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Schrepfer drives baseline, shut off by King. Beard driving on Billy, lost the ball, saved it, but Billy comes up with it. Turnover for the Crimson Storm there. Billy drives in on Beard, who shuts her down. Wild shot's no good, and Schrepfer has the rebound. SNU can hold for the final shot of the period. Schrepfer says no way and throws a wild shot off the backboard in transition.
Hoping for a call there and absolutely didn't get it, but now it's going to be Northwestern's opportunity for the last shot of the quarter. That three is off, and that will be the end of the first quarter.
So a quick punch thrown by the Rangers, but SNU rallies with a 14-3 run to close the quarter. It's 17-11 Crimson Storm after one. We'll take a break and be right back after this.
American Conference Basketball Championship Tournament returns to the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, March 7th through the 10th. It's all on the line as the league's top teams battle for the conference title and an automatic spot in the NCAA Division II Basketball Regionals. For ticket information and to follow GAC basketball throughout the season, visit GreatAmericanConference.com. The GAC.
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. We're ready for second quarter action here. SNU leading after one, 17-11. Courtesy of swarming defense, forced 8 turnovers there in that first quarter, Russ, and 4 or 6 shooting from three-point range.
Yeah, just an incredible shift there for SNU. The three started falling, just playing gritty, tough defense. And I really think a big part of that, they've forced the tempo, and Northwestern's attempt to respond really pushed them into a lot of turnovers down here on the offensive end.
Kalia King gets the scoring started for the Rangers with that jumper, and with that, she hits 1,000 points for her career. J.C. Soap in and out on the three-point attempt, and Nihus is fouled by, it's going to go against Mackenzie Billy on the offensive glass. So SNU will inbound on the baseline.
I like that look right out of the quarter, coming in, a little heat check maybe, just trying to get the three ball going here early in the second quarter. Unfortunately, it didn't fall, but SNU now.
Nihus with the long baseline jumper, and she gets that to fall. Good to see her getting in the offensive column early here.
A little stretch range there, not much that we've seen from Nihus, but like the little European big man range there. And SNU will certainly take it as Abby Nihus hoping to get the offense rolling a little bit.
Glover with great defense on the baseline on King. SNU coming back with it. Schrepfer kicks on the wing to Glover. Drives after the hard closeout. Nihus finds the loose ball. Goes up and is fouled again. I believe this one also is going to go on Mackenzie Billy. Nope, this one's going on Kalia King. That's going to be her first. Nihus will go back to the line for 2 free throws.
Great awareness there by Nihus to grab that ball after maybe the errant pass, but maybe a little bit of a bailout call as she was really just directly under the basket. I don't know that she realized it until too late, but we'll take the free throws nonetheless.
Beecham will check out. Payasapi back in. Nihus missed both of them. Nihus, a 71% free throw shooter, is just 1 of 4 so far today. 19-13, SNU leads this one. And Nehus rejects Jade Jones out of bounds. A little bit of contact after the rejection, and Jones went down hard, no whistle. Just a block out of bounds, and the Rangers will maintain possession with 13 on the shot clock. Ball's deflected. Barry wasn't aware, but Payasapi tracks it down. Ote has to hurry. Drives in with 5 on the shot clock. Shot off the glass is no good. Billy with the offensive rebound. Ote thought about a 3. Instead will drive and kick to King. She will take the 3. She'll miss it. Payasapi the offensive rebound this time. Northwestern will reset again. Ote drives in. Left-hand layup from the wrong side is no good, and Schrupfer has the rebound.
Another really good defensive possession, but SNU really struggling to box out on the defensive end and stop those offensive boards, turned it into a much longer defensive stand than it needed to be.
Schrupfer drives in and is fouled. And that's going to be number 2 on Kalia King. 3rd team foul already for the Rangers here in the second quarter. Barely 2 minutes in, and Schrupfer will go back or go to the free throw line for the first time. 79% shooter. That's good for number 10 in the conference. And like you mentioned, Russ, 7 offensive rebounds already for the Rangers. Mackenzie Billy will check out. Bailey Brown checks back in with her 2 personal fouls. So Payasapi, Kalia King, and Bailey Brown all with 2 fouls each. Schrupfer goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. She's already up to 9 points here in this one to go along with 3 rebounds and a pair of assists.
And I understand that SNU's fast-moving, a lot of switching and a lot of help defense often can find you out of place, but it's a matter of finding a man and putting a hip on them. SNU really struggling to box out right now on the defensive end.
King inside's rejected by Nehus. Schrupp for the rebound. Barry open on the wing for 3. Yes, sir. Or should I say yes, ma'am?
Nice contortionist little pass there, goes around the outstretched defender. What a beautiful dime.
Lazy pass from King is stolen by Soap. She drives in. Schrupfer from the wing, the trailing 3. It's good! Timeout, Rangers! SNU has opened up a 27-13 lead. We'll take timeout with them as SNU raining it down from 3-point range. We'll be right back after this.
This is where I use the skills I've learned. This is where the moments I love happen. This is where I grew up, and it's also where I serve.
In the U.S. Army Reserve, you train at least 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Here, you learn the skills to lead and succeed in life while staying close to home. Part-time service, full-time success. GoArmyReserve.com.
When a customer is on the fence about buying a car, we should...
Give him a hug.
No. Next.
Hand hug? Full frontal?
No way. Guys, practice hugs are not necessary. You don't have to practice hugging.
How about we serenade them?
Well, I'd be happy to sing a song for you.
It's terrible.
Diffie, driven by family since 1954.
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center, where SNU is putting on a 3-point shooting contest here. They are 6 of 9 from deep here in the first half and have opened up a 27-13 lead. It's a 10-0 run for the Crimson Storm over the last 2.5 minutes or so. Overall, since the Rangers took a 9-1 lead, it's a 26-6 run. And a wild pass from Payasapi goes out of bounds. Yet another turnover for the Rangers. That's 10 here in the first half. Had 8 in the first quarter alone. And SNU sitting pretty after taking a quick punch from the Rangers.
Yeah, and just wondering how long the Lady Northwestern crew would stay in that zone with SNU shooting so hot. And right after that thought, they will switch over to the man. So now SNU an opportunity to get big in the paint and to attack the basket.
Payasapi pulls the trigger for 3. That's long. Nehus goes down. Glover corrals the rebound, and Coach Tripp May slowing it down with Madeline Schrupfer controlling the point here. And Alexis Jones on the bench with 2 fouls. Schrupfer looking for Nehus. Great seal inside. A little too strong on the shot there. Brown comes up with the rebound. And a steal from Adrian Berry. 3-on-2 break. She charges in, and that's going to be a charge on Adrian Berry. Just ran through Jade Jones. Probably not the wisest decision there. Not in a good position to get that shot up, and not really a lot of help going with her either.
Yeah, you could tell the ref set up maybe to make that call 3-4 seconds before it happened, but Berry being pressured from behind, not really sure what to do, and it'll turn into an SNU turnover.
And she made that call well. That was a good, strong fist pump on the offensive foul.
Got to watch the shoulder on that one. You might stretch out a little bit.
Farrell is called for steps. Great bounce pass from Ote on the backdoor cut, but a little high for Farrell, and it just got out of control there. You know, I think every ref lives for a good, dramatic offensive foul call or a good big block call. You know, you think about like Joey Crawford with his little dance that he did on that one blocking foul call. I think every ref just lives for those moments. Schrupfer gets inside of Ote, who I think blocked the shot a little bit. Schrupfer got to be careful. He has a tendency to make a frustration foul there. Jones pulls up short of Nehus. Missed the shot, but crashed into Nehus on the shot, and that's going to be the second foul on Abby Nehus, second on the Crimson Storm here in the quarter. So now Adrian Berry, Alexis Jones, and Abby Nehus with 2 fouls apiece. A little bit of foul trouble both ways. Jade Jones' first free throw is good. Massey Beard will check in for Nehus.
Luke, I maybe am just now noticing this, but interesting on Northwestern free throws. I think each time we've watched, just choosing to send one in to rebound. Interesting look here, but maybe one that SNU is going to favor, as offensive rebounds have been a struggle. SNU giving up a lot of offensive rebounds.
Schrupfer, corner 3 is long. Ote the rebound. Kennedy Gillette is into the game for the first time tonight for SNU. King also back in for the Rangers with her 2 fouls. Ote long on the jumper. Gillette has the rebound.
Strong pick there is going to get called for the illegal screen, it looks like, if not just the offensive foul.
Yeah, it's going to be on Massey Beard. Official indicates that she kind of threw her shoulder into the screen E. For a second there, I thought they were going to call a palming violation on Soap, as it looked like she got her hand under the basketball, but nothing doing. And Northwestern, one of their last 12 from the field. SNU scoreless over the last 3 minutes, but the deficit has not gotten any smaller except for a couple free throws as Bailey Brown slips the defense and gets the backdoor layup for 2. But Massey Beard does the exact same thing on the other end and just had the shot roll off, and then Madeline Schrupfer is called for the foul, going for the rebound. Looked like that was kind of equal, both players going for the ball there. Not really sure where the contact. There's plenty of contact, sure, but looked like they were just going for the rebound, and Irene Perez will come get her. That's Schrupfer's second foul. 4th on the Crimson Storm here in the quarter.
Tough call nonetheless, as Irene Perez will come in and get her, and now with Perez on the floor, maybe look for the offense to run through her a little bit. Not a lot of SNU's primary scoring options on the floor now, as there's a timeout, but a little bit of a lull right now for SNU on offense.
So we got a 30-second timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here That's the second time in as many possessions that Bailey Brown's found some space on that baseline, and it's come from the help defense stepping up a little bit too high, if you will, and Brown just stepping into that void there on the low block.
Yeah, and I think they're identifying when Nehus is not on the floor and looking at Beard, and although Beard, a good defender in her own right, really going after her with Brown, and it's paid off the last couple of times.
So SNU leading this one by 8, 27-19. 3:17 to go here in the first quarter, and just a quick reset. SNU 6 of 10 from three-point range. Overall from the field, though, just 9 of 24. Haven't shot the ball particularly well overall, and they're just 3 of 6 from the foul line. Also giving up 7 offensive rebounds. But 12 turnovers for the Rangers, just 6 for the Crimson Storm. And again, SNU leading by 8, but have gone scoreless over the last 4 minutes or so. Beard, strong move inside is no good. Perez with the save. Glover for 3. It's off the mark, no good. Ball's batted around and knocked out of bounds by Perez, and it will be Northwestern basketball.
Continuing with the one-man press up here as Casey Glover extended out to full court all the way on the opposite baseline. But now extending that pressure outside the three-point line as they're continuing to try and force errors on the Northwestern end.
Ote's 3 attempt is no good. SNU just 1 of their last 8 from the field. Northwestern is now 1 of 8 from three-point range. Soap shuffled her feet too much getting into that three-point attempt. That's going to be a travel. Looked like she got set and then wanted to get a little bit better set, and resulted in another little hop step there, and correct call from the trail official. Glover going for the ball, collision with Jones. Jones goes down holding her forehead. Glover, good aggressive defense in the backcourt. The officials will huddle for a second.
Exchange.
Northwestern will have 3 seconds to get the ball up court.
Jones now going to get some help on this side of the floor as they're going to try and get the ball over the timeline, and they'll get a foul on SNU as it looked like was that
going to be on Perez.
Trying to trap in the corner and just got beat and not able to move her feet quite enough. Now Northwestern headed to the free throw line.
Kind of a weird play on this other end here. It looked like the official didn't call a foul because Glover had already knocked the ball away. So nobody had possession, and they just happened to collide in the process of Glover going through Jones for the steal, but certainly a lot of contact there as King missed both free throws.
Happy to see her, though. Jones up and okay. She was holding that forehead, but continuing on in the game. Never want to see anyone injured, especially on just a strange play like that.
Soap will try another 3. It's short. Bailey Brown the rebound.
Maybe trying to get back the one from the traveling call, but not really that open as she tries shooting just directly over her defender, and maybe not the best advised shot.
Brown drives down the lane and lays it in. But a hard closeout there from Massey Beard on the three-point fake. Gave her the open lane. It's an 8-0 run for the Rangers. Glover drives inside. Wild shot with the left hand is no good. King the rebound. The Rangers looking to cut in even more. She drives all the way to the basket with the left hand and scores. And the lead is down to 4. It's a 10-0 run over the last 6 minutes now.
And from the field, SNU really struggling right now. 1 of 10 on their last few field goals. A lot of wild driving layups and some ill-advised threes after the three-point success earlier in the quarter. There's another missed 3 from Soap. SNU really unable to get much going on offense and really struggling with the fouls as they continue to stack up against SNU.
You get Massey Beard on the foul going for the loose ball there. Good look from Soap, wide open top of the key, just missed it long. And Bailey Brown will go to the line for 2. That's 2 fouls now on Massey Beard, and Brown will hit the first. Beecham and Billy back into the game for Payasapi, excuse me, and King will take a seat. Both of them have 2 fouls. Brown hits both free throws. Number 12, Sammy Williams, freshman from Malad City, Idaho, into the game for the first time. And Brown will also check out. She has 2 fouls as well.
And not the entirety of the story here, but Northwestern gone to the free throw line now for 12 attempts and made 10 of them. Big storyline, 10 points coming off of that now. It was an incredible driving layup there from your Storm. Keeps it at a 4-point deficit. But SNU struggling to keep Northwestern off that free throw line.
JC Soap with the bucket there, and SNU will play defense these last 10 seconds. Shot clock is off. Jones tries to drive on Glover, lost the ball out of bounds. Did not look like anybody from SNU deflected that out of bounds, but no conference about it. Jones gets it, is deflected out of bounds by Perez. 4.8 seconds on the clock here. That bucket by Soap. Again, their first points in the last 6+ minutes, and the trio of Rangers with 2 fouls, King, Payasapi, and Brown come back in. Since the Rangers will have this last shot here. Clock's reset to 4.5. It did not run at all on that deflection by Perez. So Jones in the corner, gets it to King for 3. Wild shot off the glass, no good. Brown missed the offensive putback, and that's how the half ends. SNU had all the momentum, but the Rangers put a big dent in that lead. And at halftime, it's SNU 29, Northwestern 25. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have first half thoughts and analysis and get you ready for the second half. Again, Crimson Storm 29-25 at halftime. We'll be right back after this.
There are those who stand forever ready to defend the nation, ready to fight for what matters, no matter what.
Let's go! Get my round in there!
Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Guys, remember, no hard selling, no high pressure. Serenading, good. Leave that to Sheldon. All right? Hugs, side hugs. Normal. People don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. You know, these guys may not look like much, but they are some of the greatest guys.
How about a hug?
Diffie, driven by family since 1954.
Army Reserve soldiers use their skills to make the Army even more capable and gain the tools to make themselves even more successful. Learn how at goarmyreserve.com.
This is where I use the skills I've learned. This is where the moments I love happen. This is where I grew up, and it's also where I serve.
In the U.S. Army Reserve, you train at least 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Here, you learn the skills to lead and succeed in life while staying close to home. Part-time service, full-time success. GoArmyReserve.com.
Customer is on the fence about buying a car, we should...
Give him a hug.
No. Next.
Hand hug? Full frontal?
No way. Guys, practice hugs are not necessary. You don't have to practice hugging.
How about we serenade them?
Well, I'd be happy to sing a song for you.
It's terrible.
Diffie, driven by family since 1954.
When a customer
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. We're at halftime here, about 3.5 minutes to go before we get the second half underway. SNU leading this one 29-25, but Northwestern Oklahoma State in the midst of a 12-2 run over the last 7 minutes of the second quarter to close out the first half, cutting a 27-13 lead down to just a 4-point game here at the break. And Russ, really is big middle stretch there for the Crimson Storm with a 26-6 run getting to that 27-13 lead. But on either side of that, it's really been all about Northwestern.
Yeah, it's kind of been an interesting game to watch in 3 parts. SNU more naturally, I think, conducive to the man, and so came out at the beginning of the game facing that zone, not really sure how to respond to it. So we kind of had that period trying to figure out, get a feel for it. Then SNU goes on the shooting run and just absolutely lights out from downtown. But now that Northwestern has dropped back into the man, SNU struggling to get things going. They've tried the 3-ball over the man, not working. They've tried entering the post and just really not getting it to work for them. So right now, a big question mark on the offense here for the second half. How are they going to score if Northwestern comes back out in that man?
SNU shooting just 33% from the field. They are 6 of 13 from three-point range, but missed their last 4 three-point attempts. Big difference in the game is 10 of 12 from the foul line for Northwestern Oklahoma State. SNU with just 6 free throw attempts, just 3 of 6 from the foul line. Northwestern had 12 turnovers in the first half, SNU with 7. Big difference for Northwestern, though, is those 8 offensive rebounds for the Rangers.
Yeah, a couple of defensive struggles for SNU have been those offensive rebounds as well as the fouls. We talked about that. And honestly, a lot of those fouls not really even coming on that defensive end. A lot of struggles 190, 80 feet away from the bucket. Some silly fouls early, and then some just difficult calls. But moving forward, SNU's defense really got to crack down on the offensive boards for Northwestern, as well as those fouls, because Northwestern has been taking advantage of the free throws, shooting 83%, like you said. A big storyline, those 10 points for Northwestern.
SNU just 1 of their last 11 from the field, and you mentioned the free throws. 4 players for SNU with 2 fouls. 4 of the starters as well. Alexis Jones, Adrian Berry, Madeline Schrupfer, and Abby Nehus all with 2. Schrupfer had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists in the first half before sitting down with those 2 fouls. Adrian Berry had 9. She was 3 of 4 from three-point range. Abby Nehus, 3 points. She's just 1 of 4 from the foul line, but she did have 3 blocks in the first half as well. And J.C. Soap with 5 points, and that's it for the scoring for SNU. Just 4 players scored so far for the Crimson Storm. For the Rangers, Bailey Brown with 10 points leading the way, and Kalia King with 6 points on 3 of 11 shooting. Bailey Forrell with 3, Jade Jones, Jakiria Ote, and Deja Beecham each with 2, rounding out the scoring for the Rangers, who are just 1 of 9 from three-point range. So biggest disparity here is SNU's 6 threes to 1, and Northwestern 10 free throws to 3. Biggest difference in the game so far, as we're ready to start the second half here. Starters on the court for both teams. We'll see if SNU is able to counter the man-to-man defense that Northwestern comes out in. Quick entry pass into Nehus. Right-handed hook shot is off and no good. Jade Jones with the rebound. Nehus and Schrupfer got tangled up inside. Brown goes right at Nehus, who rejects that out of bounds.
A big block there for Nehus. Brown having a good afternoon, good evening, but really has been succeeding and thriving with Nehus off the floor. So great block there by Nehus to try and slow down Brown.
Brown going right back at her. Pivots, puts up a wild shot. Good job by Nehus for staying vertical. And SNU comes away with the miss. Schrupfer was open, instead penetrates. Big screen there from Perez. Alexis Jones gets it inside and puts it in off the glass.
Nice tough screen there right afterwards. Everyone kind of looking around to see if it'd be called. But no such call, and it'll be a point for SNU now, not getting back on defense.
Bailey Forrell slips behind the SNU defense there for the easy 2. Back to a 4-point game. Jones drives, creates space, and gets the shot to fall.
Oh, that's a great little look from mid-range for Jones. That's exactly what we've talked about with her, with confidence, and that's the look you want from Jones moving forward. A tough call there. Foul on Abby Nehus. That will be her third. I think she thought the student section behind her and maybe some others in the building thought that was all ball, but she will not get such a call.
Looked pretty clean from this angle, and Bailey Brown with a bump and some words for Nehus on the end of that exchange as well. Brown hits both free throws. She's 6 for 6 from the line. Now up to 12 points for the Rangers. And again, the lead still 4. Now Abby Nehus with 3 fouls.
Northwestern sagging off the top of the key now, giving SNU a lot of room to shoot from distance. SNU staying patient, though, and disciplined.
Good entry pass from Nehus to Perez, taking advantage of Perez's back cut. Jones missed her. Nehus with the late pass, but still got the foul call. Perez diving baseline, goes out of bounds. Barry will try a 3. That's off the mark, no good. Rebound tapped around, and Farrell comes away with it. What a mismatch outside on the perimeter and they switch it back. King, entry pass to Brown's too high. Jones thought about the pass up ahead to Barry. Good decision there not to force the issue.
Barry just on an island at the top of the key, giving her all kinds of room to shoot or to work with here. Really sagging off right now in the man on select guards.
Schroepfer looking for Nehus, now calling for the screen. She drives in with 5 on the shot clock, puts up the right-hand layup. It's short. Nehus gets the offensive rebound, puts it in with the left hand. Good aggressive play from Abby Nehus, and again, Bailey Farrell getting deep. Gets it in to Bailey Brown. She's doubled up and under Nehus. Gets it to go, and the foul.
And Nehus was up straight, but just that temptation trying to get that block as she came down with the arm. Came across, it looked like Brown's arms, and that is going to be a tough foul number 4 now. Only 3 minutes into this second half, so now Beard will go to the booth to the stat table, scores table to check in, and that's going to close the book on Abby Nehus for a little while here in the second half, excuse me.
It'll be huge on both ends of the court for the Crimson Storm, and big minutes here for Massey Beard, who also already has 2 fouls. So we'll see what the Crimson Storm are able to do. Beard quickly driving down the lane, has it stripped and knocked away, and Kalia King comes away with it. It's a 3-point lead for the Storm. Brown lines up a 3 from the top of the key for the tie. Is no good, and that's an over-the-back call on Presley Payasapi. Her 3rd foul. Second team foul on the Rangers, and Ote will come check in for Kalia King. SNU now just 1 of their last 6 from 3, while the Rangers are 1 of 10 for the game from 3-point range. SNU trying to get Adrian Berry free. Beard finds herself down low on Jade Jones. Jones brought her arms down, no call.
And just another tough possession there for Beard, trying to be aggressive, trying to fill that void in the paint, and she's just having a tough go at it there as a block call appears to be on Beard. and that will be her third.
Wild spin move from Payasapi, and that is going to be on Massey Beard. That is her third. Payasapi with a chance to tie the game here. 80% free throw shooter knocks it in, and we're tied at 35 as Northwestern has come all the way back.
SNU needs to move the ball a little bit here on this possession. A little bit stagnant the last couple times on offense, content to just get the ball in the paint after one pass and really not getting much going on the offensive end.
Payasapi from the elbow, off the mark. Schrupfer the rebound. The run overall is 22-8, dating back to early in the second quarter for the Rangers. Perez dives down the lane, leaves it off for Beard. She's fouled.
Nice unselfishness there from Perez. Going to turn into an opportunity for Beard at the free throw line.
That's going to be number 4 on Presley Payasapi. Beard short on the first free throw. Beard shooting just 55.6% from the foul line this season. That was just her 19th attempt. Mackenzie Billy into the game for Payasapi. Beard's second free throw is good, and SNU retakes a 1-point lead. 5:25 to go here in the third quarter. What started as a game of big runs, we've settled into a tight affair here at the Sawyer Center. Schrupfer reaching in on Jones, commits the foul. That's going to be her third. Just a little too aggressive, trying to get the steal on that pass there.
That's a tough call there if you're SNU right now, trying to get some momentum going, and any kind of effort right now feels like it's resulting in a foul, and right now a little bit of foul trouble. So SNU playing a little shy, playing a little sheepish now on defense.
Jones will try a deep three for the lead. It's no good. Forel tips it back out. Jones will reset the offense for Northwestern. Entry pass to Brown, knocks over Perez, who hits the floor very softly there. Ote, Jones again. Billy will try a three. It's off the mark, no good, and Adrian Berry has the rebound, and she's hit in the face by Brown. That's going to be 3 on Bailey Brown.
Scoring not necessarily coming at a premium at this point in the second quarter. Both teams getting a little bit chippy here as the ball not going through the hoop.
That will take us to a stoppage in play. 4:25 to go here in the third quarter. SNU clinging to a 1-point lead, 36-35. We'll be back after this. 36-35, SNU leads this one here over Northwestern. Just a 1-point lead for the Crimson Storm in what's been a tight affair outside of one big SNU run. The Crimson Storm will inbound in the backcourt. And that was the third foul on Bailey Brown. And she stays out there for the Rangers. Brown, the only one really doing consistent damage for the Rangers so far in this one. 15 points and 5 rebounds. Berry inside, pass goes off her hands, off Brown's hands, and Schrupfer has it. 10 on the shot clock.
I think right now, if you're Northwestern, you're nervous about Brown's foul trouble, but with Nihus on the bench, this is your opportunity to have Brown out there and be the big scoring impact that she can be. I think that's the reason right now she's staying on the floor.
Jump ball is called as SNU gets tied up there, and alternating possession will give it to the Rangers. Schrupfer guarding Jade Jones up top. Now Kalia King. She's guarded by Alexis Jones. Good defense there. Brown has it on the baseline. Good defense from Beard. No shot. A foul is called on the floor. And that's going to be the 4th foul on Massey Beard.
That's a very difficult play there for Beard. An incredible up and under there by Brown. She thought she got the hoop and the harm. She will not. That's number 4 now on Beard as SNU quickly running out of posts.
5th team foul will send Brown back to the line for 2. She's already 7 of 7 from the foul line. And Zoe Shieldknight will check in for the first time in a couple weeks. Shieldknight, freshman from Gore, Oklahoma. Went to Fort Gibson High School. And Brown finally misses a free throw, and we're tied at 36.
Got an opportunity to call a preseason game here early in the season for the Sawyer Center. With Shieldknight, really impressed by her hustle, as well as a little bit of ability to shoot the ball from deep. Excited to get to watch her have some minutes here. As a tough situation for a freshman in a very close game, filling the post minutes right now for SNU.
Holding call on Bailey Farrell. It's 2 on Farrell. That's 15 foul on the Rangers, so Adrian Berry will go to the line for 2. Misses the first one long. Shieldknight again has appeared in 13 games this season, but has not appeared in the last few. Berry hits the second free throw to give SNU a 1-point lead again. Ote gets inside of Alexis Jones and gets the crazy shot to roll in. And Northwestern has their first lead since the first quarter at 38-37. Berry, step back 3-pointer is long. Jade Jones the rebound. She'll slowly walk it up the court. Northwestern in no hurry here. 2:20 to go, third quarter. Ote spins away from Soap and puts it in off the glass.
Another great driving play there from Ote. That jumper's good. She now has 6 as an 11-2 run continues over the last 5 minutes for Northwestern. They're now up 40-37.
Alexis Jones with the left hand off the rim, no good. That's going to be a jump ball, and that ball will stay here with SNU. SNU just one of their last 9 from the field and one of their last 8 from 3-point range. So correct that. It's 0 of their last 7 from three-point range.
And we talked about that an excellent three-point shooting during the SNU run of the comeback in the first quarter, but since then, absolutely gone freezing cold.
Great find from Soap to find Alexis Jones on the baseline, and she puts that in for 2. Ote, again a wild spin move on Perez is no good. Bailey Brown knocks the rebound away from Perez, and the Rangers will get another possession here with 1:30 to go in the third quarter.
Brown now going to go right at Shield Knight.
Off the glass and in for 2. Bailey Brown now with 18 points. Came in averaging 13.6 along with 7.1 rebounds. Right at her average with 7 boards. Jones inside. She'll go to the line for 2 as the foul is on Ote. It's going to be her first foul of the night, and Jones will go to the line where she is shooting 62.7%. First one in and out, no good. Second one also in and out, no good. A missed opportunity there for the Storm, who trail by 3 with a minute to go in the third quarter.
Continuing to leave points on the board. SNU now 5 for 12 from the free throw line. And those are going to be points that SNU would like to have back, I'm sure, at the end of this one.
Ote, shut off on the baseline by Jones. Wild shot.
It's the third or fourth time now in as many possessions that Ote has just worked her way down to that block and tried some form of a spin move, and it's either resulted in 2 points or a couple of free throws from the charity stripe.
First free throw is long from Ote. Mackenzie Billy back into the game for Bailey Brown. It's the third foul on Alexis Jones. So Jones and Schrupfer with 3. Beard and Nihus with 4 for SNU. For Northwestern, Brown has 3. And Pea Sappi has 4. That's it for the foul trouble. Perez goes by King. Reverse layup is good. Great move from Irene Perez. King, spin move. And again, the spin moves from Northwestern are just giving the Crimson Storm all kinds of fits.
And right out of Ote's book, right there, same place and same result now. A couple of opportunities from the stripe.
First foul on Soap as King rattles in the first free throw.
Shield doing a good job handling her man in the offensive or defensive assignment. But when you lose Abby Nihus, you lose so much of that post pressure, not only to the opposing team's main primary big, but Abby Nihus goes a long way in just stopping up drives to the paint all around. And so right now SNU really struggling in that aspect.
Jones is fouled by Ote on the drive. Fouls piling up both ways now as we're up to 32 foul calls this evening. Jones will go back to the free throw line with SNU down 4 with 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Hits the first. And hits them both. So it's a 2-point game. SNU extends a little full court press. Ote with it. She drives on Soap, gets around her, short on the shot, and that's how the third quarter will end for the Crimson Storm. SNU trailing this one 45-43 as we head to the final stanza. It should be a tight finish here at the Sawyer Center. We'll come back with that final stanza right after this.
Tournament, March 7th through the 10th. The Great American Conference Basketball Championship Tournament returns to the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, March 7th through the 10th. It's all on the line as the league's top teams battle for the conference title and...
Welcome back to the Sawyer Centers. We are underway here in the fourth quarter. Northwestern leading this one 45-43. Abby Nehus back on the court with her 4 fouls, and the pass deflected away by Alexis Jones, and Perez comes up with it. Soap for 3, it's short. Ote quickly up ahead with it to Jones. Northwestern will set up shop here. Just the second turnover of the second half for the Rangers. Been a big part of the Rangers grabbing the lead here in the second half. King, great defense by Perez. Off the mark, no good. Perez, reach in by Jones, no call. Jones will control up top for the Storm. Floater in the lane off the glass, too strong. Nehus tips the rebound, but Ote comes away with it.
Looking to get something going on the offensive end. A nice little runner there. Off the pick, but nothing doing. SNU now really struggling to put the ball through the hoop.
King barrels into Jones. Soap knocked that one away from Brown, and Schrupfer comes away with it. We got a jump ball is the call.
Maybe thinking they'd called a timeout there. A couple of words there between baseline ref and Jones. Maybe some form of I can't hear you. The student section is right behind me, so no call, jump ball. SNU headed the other way.
Nehus working hard against Bailey Brown in the post. Again, Nehus with 4. Brown has 3. Perez, baseline jumper for Nehus. It's good. And we're tied at 45.
Another little depth perception teardrop mid-range jumper for Nehus, stretching that range a little bit as she brings the SNU Lady Crimson Storm back tied 45-45.
King gets inside. Miscommunication there on the switch, but the shot goes in and out. Perez pushing tempo for SNU. Soap working inside, gets inside, and the foul! What a big play by the freshman, and that's going to be number 4 on Bailey Brown.
A little bit of a hesitant move there. She was keeping her eyes on the three-point kick-out option, but just at the last second, maybe making the option or making the decision to go up with that shot and making the right decision as she'll get 2 points out of it.
Missed the free throw. So SNU with a 47-45 lead. 6-0 burst for the Storm. Spanning back into the third quarter to take this 2-point lead. Ote guarded by Perez. Now King with it up top. 5 on the shot clock. King fires up a 3. It's no good. Soap the rebound. Schrupfer behind the back gets oohs and ahs from the football baseline down there. Schrupfer's trap. Cross-court skip pass to Soap. Now Perez with it. 8 on the shot clock. She's got to hurry. Spins, pivoting. Schrupfer, she's got to hurry. Puts up a wild shot at the shot clock buzzer and did not get it off in time. That's a shot clock violation. Not a good possession there for the Storm as too many people looked like they didn't really know what was going on. King will check out. Paya Sappi back into the game. Again, she has 4. SNU maintaining a 2-point lead with 6.5 to go. Jones, 4-3 in the lead off the glass. No. That's going to be a foul on Paya Sappi, and she's gone.
A good tough rebound there by Irene Perez as she crashes the boards hard. And a big foul there on Payasapi. That will be all for her tonight.
Presley Payasapi will take a seat. Bit of a somewhat disappointment for the Lady Cashion Wildcats team that came out to support their former player. As Payasapi, just a freshman this year, so just a year ago she was wearing the burgundy of the Wildcats. Kick in the corner, Schrupfer, 3. Yes, sir! Madeline Schrupfer. Timeout Rangers as SNU's opened up a 5-point lead once again. And we'll keep it right here for just a minute here, Russ, as SNU now leading 50-45 and a 7-0 start to the fourth quarter. You know, a little over 4 minutes in. What's been the key for SNU here in this period so far?
Just a lot of little momentum things, you know. They've been boxing out well, getting those rebounds, a couple of clutch shots going in, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to attribute to that defense once again. They've been staying tough. They've been holding Northwestern, scoreless for the last 4.5 minutes or so, just giving that offense opportunity to work. And they've looked incredible here over the last few minutes.
And really, when you look at the stats here, Northwestern shooting just 29% from the field. They're 1 of 13 from 3. The only reason they're in this game right now, Russ, is they're 18 of 22 from the foul line.
Yeah, and credit them. They've done a great job getting to the charity stripe, getting some cheap opportunities. SNU really struggling with the fouls, but now Northwestern finding themselves in some foul trouble as well with some of their key players. SNU able to take advantage with the ball not falling through the hoop anywhere else other than the free throw line. SNU has a big-time opportunity here to keep it rolling to the end of this game.
So again, just a reset for you, 5:55 to go in this one. SNU leading 50-45. They've led by as many as 14 in this one. Halfway through the second quarter, they led 27-13. Northwestern came back, led 45-41. And it's a 9-0 run since that point late in the third quarter for the Crimson Storm.
Brown back on the floor. Right now, if you're SNU, all attention on her. You got to attack her. You got to go right at her. 18 points in the game right now on 5 of 9 shooting, but 4 fouls. I think if SNU has the opportunity here, if they can get that 5th foul, it's a whole different ball game from here to the end.
Schrupfer's looking for Nihus every opportunity. Perez. Oh, and a gift from Northwestern. Absolute gift from Northwestern as Perez, wide entry pass of Nihus, but Jay Jones tried to save it but was unable to, so SNU maintains possession with 12 on the shot clock.
I think maybe she thought that Perez got her defender got a piece of that, but I don't think so. I think just a wide pass there from Perez, and that should have been going the other way, but new life for SNU.
Soap, shot in the lane's no good. Nihus, offensive rebound, another offensive rebound's knocked out of bounds by King. SNU maintaining possession here. 5:04 on the clock. Still leading by 5. As Jones will inbound on the baseline. Perez hounded by Ote. Nearly jumped the passing lanes there. Schrupfer, good bounce pass, but kicked out of bounds by Bailey Brown. Mackenzie Billy will check in. Bailey Farrell into the game, or out of the game, and we'll take timeout here. 4:52 to go, 50-45 SNU leads this one. We'll be right back after this.
Is on the fence about buying a car, we should
Give him a hug.
No.
Oh,
Next.
Hand hug? Full frontal?
No way. Guys, practice hugs are not necessary. You don't have to practice hugging.
How about we serenade them?
Well, I'd be happy to sing a song for you.
That's terrible.
Diffie, driven by family since 1954.
When a customer
Army Army Reserve soldiers use their skills to make the Army even more capable and gain the tools to make themselves even more successful. Learn how at GoArmyReserve.com.
Just a reminder, our next broadcast will come to you Saturday afternoon here from the Sawyer Center as SNU welcomes Southeastern Oklahoma State. It's directional week here at the Sawyer Center. Northwestern in town tonight, Southeastern in town on Saturday. Tip-off for the women are at 1. We'll be on the air about 12:45 with pregame. And, of course, the men's game to follow as the men look to avenge a curb stomping at the hands of Southeastern back in December. Alexis Jones with the miss. Northwestern quickly the other way. Northwestern yet to score here in the fourth quarter. As we're halfway through the period, King drives baseline, is blocked by Perez, but over the back is called, and King will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And that's tough there. Perez just beat one man-to-man, and that temptation right there to hold her hand up over the back. She's going to get the foul. And now 2 more opportunities for Northwestern from the line. 22 now. This will be 23 and 24 free throws for Northwestern, and that is a lot of opportunities for free points, Luke.
Kalia King, 14.6 points per game. That free throw mate gives her 9. She's just 3 of 14 from the field. And the SNU lead is 4. 4.5 minutes to go. Perez in the corner, guarded by Mackenzie Billy. Schrupfer finds herself open for 3. It's no good. Kalia King the rebound, and here come the Rangers. SNU has not found themselves in many tight possession games. Ote tees up a 3 and knocks it down. It's a 1-point game. Again, SNU has not really found themselves in very many tight games down the stretch this season. We'll see how the Crimson Storm respond as it's a 1-point game with 3.5 minutes to go. Perez looking inside for Nehus. Runner across the lane is no good. And here comes Kalia King. Chance to take the lead here for the Rangers with 3:13 to go. Spins, shut off by Nehus. Ote gets into the lane. Over Nehus and scores.
Good look there from Ote as she's able to shoot just right over the outstretched arms of Nehus, but a great job by Nehus too, staying straight up with those 4 fouls. Is a big 3.
Huge response from J.C. Soap, and the freshman continues her hot play of late. 10 points off the bench, including a pair of 3-pointers for the freshman from Stillwell. And SNU back on top by 2. Jones, Euro step inside of Schrupfer. Missed the shot, but she'll go to the line for 2. It's number 4 on Madeline Schrupfer. And a nice step-through move there by Jay Jones after Schrupfer did a nice job blocking off the initial drive. Jones misses the first free throw. Adrian Berry will come back into the game for Irene Perez. And again, we see the trust that Coach Trent May has in J.C. Soap. Final minutes of this one, and she's going to be the one out on the court with the rest of the starting lineup.
Well, she's earned that, really spreading the floor with her shooting and even some of the defensive hustle too. Really made this SNU team look good here down the stretch, having an opportunity to prove herself in crunch time.
On another note, the pizza got here for the football team there in the student section. Hope they bring some up to us. Jones with it, drives on Ote, shot off the glass, gets it to roll in. Huge aggressive drive from Alexis Jones.
Maybe a tough time for the pizza shiftmen, as those cheers are going to sound a little muffled here for the last couple of minutes.
Ote goes by Soap. Wild shot off the glass is no good. Ote, the lefty, went right, was unable to get the right-handed shot to be controllable there. And a big opportunity for SNU, up 3, 15 on the shot clock. Got to work for a good possession here. Wild shot, no good. Nehus, offensive rebound, and she is fouled, getting another offensive rebound. Let's see who this one's going to be on.
Get on that foul. If it's Brown, that is 5.
It's going to be on King. It's number 3. Foul called on the floor, so shot clock resets. SNU will inbound on the baseline. Schrupfer. Now Soap with it. And SNU needs to run some clock here while still being smart with the basketball.
And a nice opportunity there with the foul on the ground to burn a little bit more of that clock.
Jones, aggressive drive. Long with the jumper there. 1 minute to go here. SNU leads by 3. Timeout Northwestern. See if this is a full timeout, so we'll take timeout with them. 59 seconds to go. We've got a tight one here. We'll see the finish when we come back right after this.
Okay, guys, remember, no hard selling, no high pressure. Serenading, good. Leave that to Sheldon, all right? Hugs, side hugs. Normal. People don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. You know, these guys may not look like much, but they are some of the greatest guys.
How about a hug?
Diffie, driven by family since 1954.
There are those who stand forever ready. Ready to defend the nation. Ready to fight for what matters. No matter what.
Let's go, get my round in there!
Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
.59 seconds to go here at the Sawyer Center as SNU holds a 3-point lead, 55-52. It'll be Northwestern basketball inbounding on the baseline here in front of our position. Bailey Brown will inbound for the Rangers. Gets it into Jade Jones, and we'll see what the Rangers are able to do here.
Good deny ball defense there from Jones as she's playing up tight. Now sag off a little bit with the ball.
King slipped on the drive as she still somehow got the shot to fall. But SNU maintains a 1-point lead. And Coach Trent May will call timeout here. And a full timeout here for SNU. We'll keep it here though. And Russ, you got to think about the strategy involved here with 37.6 seconds to go, 25 on the shot clock. Obviously Northwestern is not going to foul here as they don't need to. But if you're SNU, does it matter if you run off a lot of clock if you are just working for the best shot possible?
Well, it's a tough situation. You definitely want 2 points right here. Maybe first look, if you can get a layup, if you can get a nice little runner in the first 7 seconds of that shot clock, maybe turning it into an opportunity where you might get the ball again at the end, that's a look I want to take. But 7 seconds pass, not a wide open look. At that point, I think I want to use as much clock as I can to get that open look. But right now, nothing forced for SNU. You've got time on your side. Play composed, play in control. But right now, you need 2.
SNU is in a tough situation a few weeks back at OBU when they got caught in a late game situation and just the whole foul up 3, things like that. It was the first time they'd been in that situation all season, and Coach Trent May said they learned from that situation, now have plans in place for how they're going to respond in those situations. And we'll probably get to see that here depending on the outcome of this particular possession. Jones controls up tops, gets the screen from Nihus.
Oh, they maybe had Nihus under the basket, but it looks like they'll hold for a shot later in the shot clock.
10 on the shot clock now. Schrupfer's going to have to hurry. Schrupfer's knocked away, but stolen by King. 14 to go. She gets inside. Layup is good. Clock did not stop on the basket that was made by Kalia King. So the officials will need to go to the monitor to reset the clock. Look, there was at least 10.5 seconds on the clock when that ball went through. They've reset it to 11.3. The officials are taking a look at the replay just to make sure that that's accurate. Just an unfortunate deflection on the other end away from Schrupfer. And if you're SNU, who's this last shot going to go to?
Yeah, that was a tough possession. If I'm SNU, I want to get the ball moving, and I want to get the ball out of Schrupfer's hands as quick as possible. She's been great bringing the ball down and facilitating, but they're looking to trap right now high on the top of the key, and the quicker that SNU can get the ball into the paint, I think the better their opportunities for an open look mid-range becomes.
So 30-second time here for SNU, and they will inbound right beside their bench. New rule in the past couple years with advancing the ball in this situation. They put 11.6 seconds on the clock, so SNU plenty of time to run a good play here. Down one. And with the ball inbounding in front of their bench, it'll be interesting to see what Coach May draws up here.
You got to watch for that trap. Last couple of possessions, SNU has been a little hesitant, a little delayed in what they've drawn up, and really has gotten caught in the corners at the top of the key and unable to get the ball now. A couple 24 or 30-second shot clock violations. Can't afford to let that happen here.
Alexis Jones with it. JC Soap with it. She's going to drive in. Scoop layup is no good. Knocked out of bounds by Ote and SNU.
Ooh. Staying here with 1 second left on the clock. They may talk about this and see what really needs to be on the clock, but SNU fortunate there after the missed layup. They may get another quick chance, and Trent May maybe going to use this opportunity to draw something up again really quick for a last-second shot, Luke.
It was close. It looked like about 1.9 maybe on the clock is what should be there.
Now, no time to drive, no time for anything more than a set jump shot. Who are you looking for and at what range?
I don't know. I think given the situation, you'd like to see something from Schrupfer coming off a curl, or Adrian Berry definitely has the quickest trigger on the team. But I think a baseline jumper from Abby Nihus is certainly a possibility as well.
That's one we've seen her knock down twice now tonight. Maybe look for a solid pick from Nihus and just sealing off, maybe being forgotten about right next to the inbounder.
2.6 seconds.
Generous
is
there,
what gets
SNU.
put on the clock. Very generous.
Get a long full release. They're waving down the Northwestern bench.
Jones goes through the hands of JC Soap on the inbounds pass, and Northwestern is going to come away with the win here tonight. Tough one to swallow for the Crimson Storm. That will bring their 6-game winning streak to an end. A tight back and forth battle, Russ, but really things kind of got out of hand after SNU led by 14 in the second quarter and just allowed that lead to slip away and really just were unable to come out on top of a back-and-forth affair.
Yeah, great back-and-forth game. We saw a lot of runs on either side, a lot of great three-point shooting from SNU, but even more great getting to the free throw line and making your free throws count from Northwestern. 20 of 26 from the free throw line, first stat that really jumps out at me. And so a great back-and-forth game, but really on SNU in the way of getting Northwestern to the line with so many free opportunities.
Absolutely. Running through the final stats here. SNU 33% from the field, 8 of 20 from three-point range, 40%. And Russ, you mentioned the disparity in free throws. Not only was it a 20-7 disparity in makes for Northwestern over SNU, but SNU just 7 of 15 from the foul line. And in a one-point game, obviously every single one of those matters.
Yeah, and SNU maybe not doing as great a job as Northwestern at getting to the line, but like you said, struggling once they got there. 46% on the night, and that's obviously not the worst you're going to see in an outing, but a very difficult outing. And in such a close contest, you look to all the little things to see where the game slipped away, and that's definitely a category SNU is looking at.
For SNU, Madeline Schrepfer led the way with 15 points. She also had 7 rebounds and 3 assists, which were also team highs. 4 players in double figures for SNU. JC Soap with 10 points off the bench, Adrian Berry with 10 points, and Alexis Jones also with 10 points. Abby Nehus had 7 points and 4 blocks, but was saddled with foul trouble in that third quarter and was unable to see a lot of minutes there as Northwestern kind of made their run. Irene Perez had 2 points, and Massey Beard went 1 of 2 from the free throw line for her single point. Northwestern didn't do much offensively outside of the free throw line, just 34% from the field and 2 of 14 from three-point range. But just 4 turnovers after halftime, something they really cleaned up, and that made a big difference for the Rangers in the second half.
Yeah, SNU really pressed the issue in the first half and forced a lot of errors, little mistakes in transition for Northwestern, and an excellent job out of the half there by the Lady Rangers to clean that up.
Bailey Brown led the way with 18 points and 8 rebounds. And then Talia King had 12 points, just 5 of 16 shooting, but 13 points for King. And Jakiria Ote had 12 points off the bench to go along with 3 assists and 2 steals. Bailey Farrell with 5 points. Presley's Pea Sappi with 3 points before she fouled out early in the fourth quarter. Jade Jones with 3 points, and Deja Beecham with 2 points, rounding out the scoring for Northwestern. And Russ, kind of a missed opportunity here for the Crimson Storm to not only extend their winning streak, but come closer to clinching that conference championship berth. But how do the Crimson Storm bounce back on Saturday?
Yeah, tough game, and one you really felt like was winnable, but it's a game on a night. And the matter of fact is, a lot of these teams in the GAC can bring some stuff each night, night in, night out, and no game is a given. So SNU, a tough loss tonight, but now turning around, we got 5 in a row here at the Sawyer Center. Little Thursday, Saturday, Thursday, Saturday, Thursday, Saturday action. So looking at Saturday, just hoping to get the home court advantage rolling, keep that energy going. Saw a lot of great things on defense tonight. Saw a lot of great three-point shooting tonight that maybe we haven't seen as much this season. So maybe get in the gym Friday, work on some free throws, and get back out here with your head up. Still have a lot to look forward to and a lot of excitement buzzing in the locker room right now. Still an awesome opportunity here at home to finish out this season for the Lady Storm.
We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Trent May to get his thoughts on tonight's game. And after that, we will come back with previewing the guys' game for our SNU and Northwestern. Again, the final for the women tonight. Northwestern comes out with a 1-point win, 56-55 over the Storm. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center after a SNU 56-55 loss to Northwestern Oklahoma State. We're joined by Coach Trent May, and Coach, a tight one that came literally down to the last second, something that has not really been the case for you guys this season. What were your initial thoughts on how your team responded in crunch time?
Well, I mean, you want to win them, obviously. You know, it's I don't know if it was how we responded in crunch time as it was, you know, in multiple times during each half that we just we weren't focused and we weren't disciplined. That was the word for this game, was discipline. And you know, we just we weren't ourselves in many facets tonight. And you know, that's why you get close games, and sometimes that's why you're on the losing end of them. So you know, I like the fact that we got a shot off. You know, that the ball was put up on the glass, and that's what you want. And you know, unfortunately, you know, the last play was a turnover. You know, another opportunity. You don't know what would happen in that situation. So you know, I don't. The way that you know, we battled at times, but you know, for us, it's that's not characteristic of what we've been doing, especially at home. So, but home or away doesn't matter this time of year. It's about putting putting wins up, and so that's the hard part tonight is you're defeated in that. But you know, there's some good things that were part of the game tonight, but just not enough. And so when you don't make enough plays, then again you're on the losing side of things.
Second quarter, you guys were really clicking on all cylinders. Things were going well. What kind of dropped off initially that allowed Northwestern to get back into the game?
Well, fouls. We went to our bench and we didn't execute well with our second group, and there wasn't any fire. There wasn't any there wasn't moments on the floor where they just everybody went into their own little shells, and those moments you got to have the fight going. Hey, we can do this. Let's go. We can do it with this group. If we're on the floor, then coaches giving us that opportunity. Let's seize it. And we went cold in a lot of ways. We didn't execute. We didn't run our sets right at all. And then and that's a big thing this time of year. It's February, and if you don't know to run your sets, that's part of comes back to focus and discipline. So that was frustrating. Our defense again. When you go to sleep defensively, and again you're not focused on those next things. We gave up middle, and it's again unopportune times, and that's what teams do. They want to go middle, and when you allow them to go middle, unfortunately we didn't have the help, and they finished all the way to the glass. And way too many layups for this team tonight. Way too many offensive rebounds, but credit them on making those plays. I mean, we just didn't let them do it, but the little advantages we gave them, they took advantage of, and that's why they're the victors tonight.
And kind of going back to that, or the schedule, I should say, how nice is it to be able to turn around so quickly and forget about a tight loss like this, knowing that you have to get refocused and prepared?
Yeah, much better than a Saturday. So I mean, obviously do the math. I mean, it's you win on Saturday. Then you got a bunch of days to celebrate that. If you lose on Saturday, then so thankful that we're going to get back at it tomorrow and talk to the girls in the locker room and just say, hey, listen, it's about if you don't want it so bad tomorrow because of what happened today, then then you're in the wrong locker room. Because that's the part. If you're this time of year when there's a few games left and regardless we're still in a great position, and so it's just frustrating. When you if you don't bring that intensity back tomorrow, if tonight doesn't matter, again you don't have to lose. You can definitely learn from it. So if you lose, you can count it as a loss. But if we don't learn from it, then it exponentially affects what happened tonight. So hopefully we'll be excited to be on the floor, because again, this time of year when the calendar is flipping quickly and you're almost at a end of the season, you better enjoy it. And it's different if you're not but again, records don't matter, right? I mean, it's where they're at in conference, where we're at in conference. I mean, everybody's going to compete. No one's going to lay down for you, and that's the thing about this conference. There's too many competitive coaches and too many competitive players in it. So, but again, you got to be ready on Friday so that your next one can be your best one, and that's on Saturday.
Absolutely, and we'll look forward to that. Again, Saturday, 1 o'clock here at the Sawyer Center for SNU and Southeastern Oklahoma State. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the guys' matchup with Northwestern Oklahoma State. You're watching SNU basketball.